Well, anyway, we're back. We're back. How's everyone doing on this fine Tuesday? But when you're hearing this, it will be a Saturday, unless you're Coleman, who doesn't know when our podcast comes out.
Could be Sunday. Could be Monday.
Could be next year.
Longer.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought I checked it on Saturday and nothing came out. I was
Saturday,
like, oh, maybe just because Harmon was home, he didn't fucking release it.
I don't upload them. Andrew uploads them. I just
Well,
edit
it's
them.
I fully
it's
expected
7:59.
woke up like getting us ready for Saturday morning cartoons, didn't see the podcast, and they're like, oh.
Day ruined.
He's there in his bathrobe with like a kitchen mixing bowl full of cereal.
Oh shit. Basically, it's essentially how it was.
That's how I imagine you in your downtime. Just
It's
like
it's not far off.
grown man, 5 o'clock shadow, bathrobe, slippers, giant thing of
I
cereal.
wish. I have like a bathrobe like kilt skirt, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
He's got the cousin
What?
Eddie bathrobe.
So like
I don't know.
think of a bathrobe, but from the waist down. Like that's it. That's all
You
it
mean
is.
A
pants?
towel?
No, it's not a pants. It's not a towel. It's like a fucking kilt. Like it just wraps around. It wraps around your waist. It velcros. It's got a fucking pocket.
Why don't you just have a robe?
I didn't buy it. I was given it. I was like, okay, it's kind of neat. It's got my name on it and everything. in
Looks
case
like I
you
gotta
wanna
let
use
him breathe.
It's your WWE debut outfit. They're just Coleman right on the crotch and everything.
As long
Someone's
as
walking
halfway,
in dressed like he's ready to fight Apollo Creed.
as long as halfway through the fucking Velcro comes undone and my fucking Bojangles are shown to the world, life
They're
will be
already
all right.
shown to the world.
Stroke?
You're wearing a
You
kilt.
good?
What
Oh.
version of Warhammer should I pre-order?
All of them.
Mm,
I don't
It
know, but
depends
the way
on
you're
what it
matching
comes
that
with.
controller,
Yeah,
you're gonna need a new
Yeah,
one.
I would go ahead and put that down so I don't have to hear clicking every 5 seconds.
Oh, my bad.
You're gonna need
Well,
to
it
buy a
depends.
new one.
You're gonna need to buy a new one.
It depends. Does the deluxe edition, is it like Helldivers 2 with like the super citizens bundle or whatever?
So like, there's Gold Edition, which comes with the season pass, and then McCraig's Chosen DLC, or there's the Ultra Edition, which comes with all those, the Ultramarines Champion Pack, and the Ultramarines Champion Pack. But there's only a $10 difference from that to that though.
When's it come out?
The 4th, 3rd, 8th.
Of September?
Yes.
5th.
Oh, okay. That's coming quicker than I thought. But
Oh, shit.
I feel like for that situation, it's like, do you really want to buy the extra one just in case the game flops? But I think in this case, like, it shouldn't flop. Just based on what's happening, like, it better not flop. I mean, it looks fucking fantastic. To
See, here's the
play.
thing they're gonna do where Helldivers messed up. They're not gonna require you to create an account that's not available in 2/3 of the world.
The bigger thing for me is just hoping that there is like in like the mainline story, it has a good story, unlike Helldivers where it's just online war stuff. I would prefer if there's actually like a narrative, which I believe is what has already been promised in the single player side of things on Helldiver
See,
or on Warhammer.
Like, I appreciate like having a campaign style like story thing, but I think like with that, like if it was more story oriented without like just kind of like the war kind of aspect of it, it'd kind of get old. Like
Huh.
having to replay the same kind of like campaign missions a lot.
Literally, Helldivers is all of that though. It's literally just the same land do a thing.
Yeah,
You know, I'm just
That's-
saying a narrative helps give you something else in the package that you bought.
like theoretically, they've been like the theory is that for Helldivers, they've been like kind of stalling because they've been like fleshing out like levels on Super Earth, like for the inevitable like big like invasion where you have to fight on Earth to reconquer stuff. But at this
And-
point, it's kind of like that's too late.
They also lost like 85% of their player base or whatever that stat that came out was Which I would imagine, like, probably a third of that is just mass exodus of players due to the PSN issue in various countries, or just out of spite because they don't want Sony having their credit card information, that kind of deal.
Right?
But the rest of that, I think, is people just going, okay, well, we played this, and then they, skip on down the way. Versus what I believe, I could be wrong here. I believe Warhammer's coming out with a single player mode, like co-op missions and PvP.
Yes, the PvP is 6v6,
Yeah.
and I hope it is epic. I want to kill the enemy brothers.
I'm sure it's not gonna raise our blood
How many
pressure at
times
all.
I'm sure are you gonna say?
I say, my blood pressure.
Enough to get the point across.
I'm sure Jarrett's gonna say it at least once more.
Probably. Something I know none of us have seen. Apparently, Hunt Showdown got an XS upgrade.
Yeah.
Last week.
I brought it up and no one commented on it when I said it like a week ago or a couple weeks ago, and I just kind of sat on it.
If you own it, which we all do,
Mhm.
it was just a free upgrade.
And
So
like the
yeah.
map's different now.
Yeah, they
It's no
added
longer
like
the
some new
bayou.
weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know if they added any new bosses though. That's one thing I'm not too sure of. I didn't even know it got an upgrade. I checked new games and saw Hunt, and I'm like, the hell? And all the comments are like, yeah, this is a free upgrade if you already bought it. I'm like, dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did at least add one, because I'm pretty sure there's a picture on one of their promo materials that I had never seen. I mean, I haven't played the game a lot, but I had seen that there were only so many bosses in the main game, and I don't remember seeing that one. So
There were four before.
Yeah.
Did they cut, like with this upgrade, does it also cut off the past gen users or no?
I don't know.
I would imagine.
Because I know some of like DVD and stuff, like they kind of like upgrade it for those who can, and then that you can still queue up with people. But
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I would imagine for a game like this where it is a competitive by nature competitive game. So I would imagine you'd want everyone on the same hardware if possible. So
right.
I can't imagine. I mean, maybe they run just a really downscaled version of it for the last gen people, but I don't know. Maybe we should pencil that and check that out for a video.
Possibility.
And the real question is, do we give the official release of 7 Days to Die a chance? No. Or is it just a dumpster fire that's just destined to be on fire for all eternity?
Yeah, it's like the fire of Prometheus.
I'm not playing it again. It's not coming. It's not touching my console again. It had its chance. It was fun for a week, and then the game gets hard really fast for no reason.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. There's ways you can make it fun, but it's like you imposing like self-inflicted concepts onto your playthrough. The main game itself, it literally just becomes, you found a house, cool, barricade it, and then go look for food. And that's kind of it.
Or the Daisy walking experience where
No.
you find a bottle of water, and then you actually find a gun, and you're living high on life, and then you either die to fucking disease, hypothermia, or some dickhead snipes you from fucking a mile away.
Or, oh, you're bleeding constantly. Oh, okay, you're bleeding. Well, you managed to patch the holes in you. You need some blood. Oh, wrong blood type, dead. And I'm like, this game sucks.
Or if you don't have a knife or a sharp object to cut the clothes, like extra clothes you have with, you're not going to make bandages to patch up yourself.
Yeah, you can't use anything as a bandage. You have to strategically cut it into the exact size of a Band-Aid.
Go on, Coleman. Why don't you talk? I know you've played this game.
I disagree. I think it's a really entertaining game, but it's all games are like Minecraft to me. Like I go through phases.
No.
At times I'll hit the Daisy phase and I'll play for a week or two.
I think it has to be on one of those boosted servers, because I think without like a boosted server, it's just pain.
But then with boosted servers, it's also no point.
I was gonna say it's real easy.
Like it's like, oh yeah, like you go from either it's fucking grueling on one side, and then you go to fucking I already have everything I need with a boosted server.
Yeah.
Me and Zach started playing on. I don't think it was boosted. I thought it was more like an official server, and we really didn't do too shabby. We played it for, a week our time, a couple days. I guess a couple weeks in game. Like we survived a while. I think we did ultimately die of sickness and greed. Like I think we kind of separated, and I tried to go fucking into some like warning zone, some high infection rate zone, and I got molested by a bunch of guys in chem suits, or a bunch of zombies in chem suits, and bled out. Yes.
You
And
just
it
get
was
sworn.
Yeah, no, honestly, because
Like,
they were. I don't think I had a good melee weapon, so I was beating them with like a shovel or something. It just wasn't dying. So I whipped out the old single shot shotgun, missed, and then next thing I know, there's 10 more there. I'm like, well, that's how this ends.
I can imagine you walking into this area, and you just, it's like a Smoking the Bandit scene where like they're like the yellow hazmat suits, and you just start seeing them go further and further out. Like, what is that? What is that? And then
Well, I think the problem was like I was trying to sneak, and like you can kind of sneak around zombies, but everything's so like it was I think it was a cloudy, rainy day in the game, so it was kind of foggy. Maybe like I couldn't see. I missed one. I fucking missed one. Walked 5 feet away from it. Next thing you know, it's screaming at me. I'm like, oh, well.
Don't you just hate when they start screaming at you when you fail to take their head off?
No kidding. Like, goddamn it, leave me alone.
You don't know me. And speaking of shitty games, I know 2 or 3 of us here know this. Borderlands 4 got announced today for next year.
They're gonna improve on it. It's gonna be better.
No,
it's gonna be gameplay wise phenomenal.
it's gonna be Destiny Borderlands, and then nobody's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, who plays Borderlands for the story?
Everyone else.
No one. No one plays Borderlands for the story. They play it for the hundreds of guns.
You grind to get a gun that's a slightly better version of the gun you currently have for a game that is PvE.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Fun.
That's why I've never touched one.
No, it's something I play through it. I like leveling up, getting new abilities, getting stronger, killing some bosses, exploring the story along the way, playing the expansions, and then I turn the game off.
Like Rainbow Six Siege.
Not at all.
No,
but yeah.
Because you people want to keep playing it. I don't want to play it.
Don't play it then.
No, if I'm not playing it, I get yelled at in the party like, oh, someone was being a bitch.
Nope. You don't have to play. You and Andrew can go play Smite.
No, I'm okay.
I have much better time on Smite.
I don't know why. I don't know how.
Cole, to be fair, to play devil's advocate, you refuse to learn anything.
No, I just
yes.
When I used to play Smite, it was Skippy and Harmon constantly in my ear of, okay, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. So I bought 6 things. I don't know what the fuck they do. And then next thing you know, all I'm doing is going and pressing right trigger and the occasional like A, B, Y, X. It was just like, this isn't. It's just not.
I get that.
It's not. There's no. There's just
it's
no.
Like no. It's just like, oh hey, you're a new player, right? Well, here we can give you a couple of like recommended starter items that most people use, but half the time they probably don't work well. You don't really understand what they do. There's like over 300 items that you can choose from to use.
There's not. What the fuck? Where'd you just pulled that out of your ass?
I did pull it out of my ass. I don't know. There's a shitload of items. I didn't count. You probably.
It's not my fault. You don't know what they do because you can't read.
That's the other thing. You also don't have time to read because you get 20 seconds to buy things at the beginning.
You're supposed to do it before you go into the game. You can look at it.
No.
If you go onto a god, there's a thing. Whenever you click on a god, it says item builder. You can go read all the items. Go read all the abilities.
No.
This is why you don't have fun with it.
But I feel like that's just so. It's dumb to ask.
I don't want
to like. Why do I have to read a paragraph just to realize that this gives me 0.2 better DPS than
bullet
fucking
points plus this passive.
I've seen them. They're fucking. They might as well be paragraphs.
Oh, it's 2
I
sentences
know.
too long.
I know you can't read.
Yeah. Coleman's like, give me more pictures.
Hey, whatever gets the job done.
Now,
But
to
if
be
you-
fair, Smite 2 is changing the item system, and you two, at that point, I don't want to hear it anymore because they're making it idiot proof.
No, Coleman's not going to play it, and Jared's going to be like, well, I guess I'll get to it in a year.
Is that after Jarrett finishes his backlog of games?
That's Jared getting through maybe 5 games.
How many games are in your backlog, Jarrett?
A lot. There's a lot. I gotta finish Flintlock. I gotta go back through. I gotta play Oregon Trail, and then I gotta play Alan Wake, and then probably
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 after that.
By the time you get around to 2, the second and last DLC will probably be out.
Probably. Yeah, I need to devote some time and knock some stuff out.
Especially with half of the games that were announced today. Let me clarify for the 100% transparency. The day this is being recorded is the opening day of Gamescom. Half of the games that came out today that you're interested in come out in like the next, 5 months. So like, you gotta knock those out, especially like Indiana Jones. I don't know if they gave a date for Dying Light. I would imagine it's probably close overall if they're showing it. And then, your Starfield DLC that you wouldn't stop yapping about that you spent extra money to have access to.
Yes.
You gotta get through all those games.
Yeah, hopefully Starfield's expansion they add better melee weapons.
No.
But I feel like it'll be like Shadow of the Erd Tree, and they'll have no magic added to it, and that'll be their equivalent. It'll be like for Shadow of the Erd Tree, they pretty much add no magic, and for Starfield, they'll just add no viable melee weapons.
Probably. It'll probably be overburdened by, I would imagine they probably try to put in more of the Starborn abilities that I don't remember if they actually ever gave a name to the concept.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably
But-
space cancer or something.
Yeah, that's what they use. They manipulate the tumor in their brain to cast these wild abilities.
I'm gonna use my space cancer tumor to summon a equally space cancer riddled person of myself from an alternate universe to fight for me.
I hated unlike because Skyrim, I feel like at least if you're like me during combat, it was always looking to see how quickly could I use another shout, depending on what everyone had equipped. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. And then in that game, I forgot I had that ability because most of the ones I got early were just not good. Like you can create a field of oxygen. It's like, but I can breathe in here. Like you can breathe everywhere.
Yeah, I never really had the issue of oh my god, I'm suffocating, that I will die here. It was like, oh, I'm on a planet. I look around, I mine what I need, and oh shit, it's a shithole. Well, I'm out, and then I get on my ship and leave.
Yeah, it seems kind of pointless. It's kind of like how back to Borderlands pre-sequel unnecessarily added an O2 meter, unless you were Claptrap, and it was but it never really mattered. He is the best character, but it never really mattered in that. There's 2 sections in the first probably 5 levels of the game. I'd say you encounter there's probably 2 spots where oxygen's slightly annoying, and then immediately after that it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, also sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm glad that the next Doom game doesn't come out in the next 5 months, because then I'd be in real trouble. Because then that's going to be 2 months devoted to that.
It will not take you 2 months to beat Doom: The Dark Ages.
Well, I got 100% it.
It won't take me that long, but then I'm hoping the multiplayer will be a lot of fun.
No, nope.
Doom is fun, but its multiplayer is not something that's renowned for.
Cole and I wanted to bash our heads into the wall when we played Eternals multiplayer.
Doom Eternal's multiplayer wasn't that good, but it tried to be different, which I can give it some props for. It was interesting in its own way. Doom 2016's multiplayer was real traditional, your 8-on-8, 6-on-6, yeah. That was really fun. That was probably outside of Siege, that is probably the most multiplayer time I've logged in a game. I played that for for weeks, months. And then I went to Siege like right after that, and it felt just so slow. Doom was just such a fast-paced game, and then you get to Siege, and it felt like you were crawling.
Like old Doom multiplayer was like revolutionary for the time, where like you had a lot of like, I mean, it's the Doom is one of those grandfathers of the FPS in general, but like it had access to all these like map creation tools, and you had multiplayer. You could do LAN, you could do all this stuff. It was a cool system. Modern Doom, I'm there just to beat stuff up and then go home. Especially at Doom Eternal. I remember playing the multiplayer like I want to say the first couple months it was there. I kind of played it here and there. It was just like, this is not it. Maybe they'll learn. I think a mix of traditional like FPS gameplay and then having some modes where it's a little bit more dynamic could be cool. Or maybe like a mode where you like race to beat a level faster than the other competitors and it just keeps knocking off like the two with the slowest time. Like you're running at the same time.
That would be cool, but then I think they could also benefit from something I'm not saying it's like directly like zombies, but like they put you in a gladiatorial arena or whatever, and like it's like wave based or whatever. And as the waves increase in number, the amount of like monster demons slash like their ability level increase, and like you just fight to see how long you can survive with like up to 4 people with you, or something like that.
That could be cool. Honestly, just doing a mode like this is gonna like I'm gonna rip off a game that the only other person here who's played it is Harmon, I'm pretty sure. But there's a really fun game that almost no one knows about called Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. And they have a mode in there where you go in through like the arcade tournament, whatever, and you'll go in and like you kill all the robots in the arena. You go back down below the arena and you get like an upgrade point, and you could spend it to like upgrade whatever, something like that. But with Doom would work really well. You already have the advancement stuff in the game, where you get your upgrade runes and you're like, oh, now my shotgun's better, stuff like that. And you go back up, kill more, and see if you can get through like the gauntlet. And then you could have modes where like, oh, well, this time it's like the upgrades are random, that kind of deal, which that game did too. But this is completely cannibalizing that game and just putting it into Doom, but I think it would make sense.
Right.
But also, yeah, if no one's played that game, go play it because it's fucking rad.
Add it to the backlog.
It's a game with a story that has no right being like as fun as it is for what it is. Like it's not like, oh my god, this is the most groundbreaking story, but it's like it's a fun story for a fun little game. So I was like, oh.
There's a game I'm about to reference. I doubt anyone's played it.
I
It's called
don't do it.
It's called Brute Force.
Oh, never mind.
What game do you think I was gonna say before I go?
Go on.
You okay? Whatever. It came out in 2003, and I wish it would get a remaster or a sequel because I don't think it ever did. I don't know. I liked it because it was a split screen game that wasn't like too mainstream that I could play with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So player one, you were your. I'm just gonna use Tank Dempsey as a example because that just feels right to describe him. You have a big gun, cannon. Everyone else is generic goons until you find more of the main characters, and then each person can then fight over who wants to be the other characters. So by like mission 4, you had all your guys. I never actually beat the game. I'm kind of upset that I never have.
So like,
But
is it an online game?
There was online capabilities, but obviously those don't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The servers. But I would play. Me and my buddies back then played the multiplayer. The multiplayer was god awful. It was awful. The campaign was the only thing I enjoyed, and if they just brought back the campaign, I would be it.
I'm not familiar, so I mean, who knows? Everything's getting a remake these days. I mean, we saw today Goat Simulator 1 is getting a remaster, which is kind of bizarre to me, but I mean, any game can, get one of those these days, except for Dead Space 2. That's where we draw the line.
Holy hell! I looked up the how long it takes on average. On average, it's 9 hours and 6 minutes. For
That's not too bad.
the main story and extras, it's 13 hours. For a completionist, it's 42 hours.
Damn.
This is a long game. Roman, what's the game you played a while back that you want remastered?
Damn it.
I'll put you on the
Fucking
spot.
You can't put him on the spot like that.
No. I got two. I've got two.
You scare him.
Think of all right. Think GameCube. Oh God, is it Godzilla? Just kill all monsters, destroy all monsters. I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody's played that. I enjoyed that one a lot.
That's
That
a good
was a
one.
lot of fun. And then Super Smash Bros. Melee, Brawl, Melee. One of those.
Brawl was Wii.
Two? Maybe it was Brawl then. I thought we played it on the GameCube.
Brawl was
Yeah,
the
but
one I played a lot of.
Yeah, but think about it. Remember, you could interchange GameCube and Wii games, so it might have been Brawl.
You could play GameCube games onto your Wii. Yes.
Yes.
So if you had a GameCube hooked up to your Wii, then yeah, it could be Melee. Because it was what? Smash Bros, Super Smash Bros, Smash 64, Smash Melee, Brawl, Wii U, Ultimate, I think. I know that last order. It's literally the last couple's Brawl, Wii U 3DS, and then Ultimate for the Switch.
I wish I played Ultimate. Yeah, but no. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters and the older Super Smash Bros.
Well, you can just play a new platformer like Multiverses. Arena platform.
No.
Plays Rick and Morty.
Hold on here. Is this thing on? No. Remember when that game came out and they made people put money into it and then they took it down for like a year? And then it just popped back up.
No, that was the beta. It wasn't our full release.
It's like, this is stupid. And then you have characters that are designed, there's literally a class of support characters, but then the game offers you a mode where you fight in like a free-for-all, and then the standard practice mode of that game is 2v2 and it's dumb. Those should always be free-for-all, or if it's team battle, but that's fine, because in Smash Bros, if you do team battle, all those characters are equally designed in theory to be on a level playing field. Obviously, there are better characters. There's characters whose combos work better, right? There's size advantage, hitbox, hurtbox, yada yada yada, hit scan, vertical advantages, that kind of deal. But like that Multiverses is like, you want to play as the reindeer dog? And I'm like, nope. He's like, well, half of his abilities don't work in a free for all mode. It's like, then why is he here? Like,
I liked playing as Superman.
Yes, you can just drive people off the edge and drop them.
I would just grab them, punch them in the face into the ground, and then they'd go flying. That was the only fun part I had. I got yelled at by Skippy because I just kept doing that to him, and he was like, "Stop it!
I wonder.
Stop!"
I like playing as Tom and Jerry.
I told him to do it to me. He couldn't. I just knew the combos. He did not. He was bad. He didn't know his DP inputs.
Skippy's bad at every game. Wish he can. I can't wait till he tells you about this.
You think
he's
he's
probably
gonna
having
listen
an
to it?
aneurysm on Smite right now.
No, he had to run to the store.
He's probably back by now.
He probably had to go get a Diet Coke.
Probably, knowing him.
Go to the store. We're out of it. We don't have a 2-liter of Diet Coke, and we have guests coming over.
Get the blue solo cups.
Fine China. That's what they're actually.
I put myself in a big hole. This kind of reminds me in Alaska. So every day when we went out to the job site, you'd have to take a ferry to get out there. A little fucking flat bottom boat, carry like 14, 15 total people. Mm-hmm. Well, the dude that drove the boat every morning named Ben. Really nice guy. Nothing bad to say against him. I didn't mean to insult him, but I'm sure I probably. We were sitting there talking because the job foreman, big fat old dude. I mean, fucking Christ.
But you don't mean to be mean to the boat guy, but this guy, on the other hand,
well, hold on.
Fine.
Yeah, he was a douchebag. This Rob dude was a douche. Anyway, so we're in this boat, we're talking, and like, they go, "Oh yeah, Rob took the day off. He was probably sitting watching a movie, drinking a Coke." I'm like, "It's probably a Diet Coke. All the fat guys I know drink Diet Coke." And we sit there and talk about it for a minute. I just keep saying fat guy, and Ben's bigger. Ben's bigger. And next thing you know, they look at me, and I look at him, and looking at him, he's driving the boat, but I'm like, fuck, well, I'm already elbow deep in this shit. Might as well not back out now. And I proceeded to say, yeah, like all fat guys drink Diet Coke while he was 5 feet away from me. And I'm very surprised that ended up in.
So the takeaway here is
Coleman's an asshole.
Coleman's an asshole and Skippy's fat
Be
because he drinks
aware
Diet Coke.
Be aware of your surroundings.
I feel like you should be aware of your surroundings.
That's the moral of the story. That's
Yeah.
the moral
I
of the
thought you were telling other people to be aware of their surroundings.
Well, I
not
am.
yourself.
I am.
Be mindful. Coleman might be waiting in the wings to call you fat for drinking Diet Coke.
Coleman might
Chinese
be there.
proverb. When talking shit, be sure nobody else is around.
When talking shit, do a double shake over each shoulder.
Coleman's the type of guy who's be like, man, is this mic on? Yeah, anyways, those people outside on the other side of the curtain are a bunch of pieces of shit. And everyone's just hearing him.
Hey. If they need to know it, I'll let them know.
Coleman, we'll teach you the difference between a dead mic and a live mic. All right, guys, this has been episode 30 of the Split Screen Experience. We'll see you next week. Be sure to tune into all of our other podcasts for the previous weeks, and be sure to watch our video games because they're kind of funny sometimes.